I think that there's various factors that can contribute to fraud being on the increase. I think these factors include austerity in the last few years. I think the economic climate is ripe for fraud. I think that there's many aspects of fraud that's become more sophisticated. It's much easier to commit fraud because you can use the internet, you can use the online portals, and phones, etc. There's various elements of fraud that you couldn't commit perhaps years ago. However, that said, tried and tested methods of the con man appearing at the door or the con person appearing at the door are still there and are still evident. We still have the bogus workman frauds, we still have the romance scams, so these things are still there. However, as we've gone on over the years, it's become much more sophisticated, and that in turn has led to last year being recorded at £193 billion to the UK economy being lost to fraud. There's various types of fraud. I think at the moment we have emerging trends. I think it's hard to say that there's a common type of fraud. The emerging trends at the moment are very much on online fraud, the vishing frauds, the social engineering, the scams where people are getting phoned. Social media has a lot to contribute to that because people put a lot of information onto social media about their private life. That enables the fraudsters to gather information on their perceived victims, ensure that they get a good bit of knowledge about them before actually contacting them. I think that there's an element of common sense that has to be asked of people here. If it's too good to be true, then think about it. I think that if people take 5 or 10 seconds to consider what they're doing and how they're transferring money and who they're transferring money to, that would help. There are people, as I said earlier on, who are now more sophisticated, and when they're talking to people on the phone, they will talk to them about perhaps what would appear to be legitimate transactions. They would talk about legitimate legislation that may govern that transaction as well, such as the Consumer Credit Act, when they're talking about something that's been lost in Argos, for example. So people need to stand and think to themselves, would I actually have done that? Have I spent that money? And if I haven't, what I'll do is I'll contact you back on my number that I've got from my bank. I'm not just going to listen to what you're telling me. If the bank are going to phone somebody up, they would not be telling them that information. They would not be asking for PIN numbers. They would not be asking for security information over and above what would be normal. And at any given time, if anybody does feel that they're not sure about it, put the phone down, go to another phone and ring the bank from a different phone. We're aware of what needs to be done, and we're working towards that by ensuring that we not only train our staff, but we put that wider message out to the public.